Is this thing on? Welcome to the Ruveiled podcast.
The Ruveiled podcast.
What up? Smooth you right there. Yo, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? If you with me, say hey. Hey. If you with me, say ho. Ho. Welcome to the Ruveiled podcast. My name is Stephen Caron. I'm coming at you today from Rock Springs, Wyoming, where we host the Ruveiled podcast. And let's see, today is Wednesday, January the 10th. Today's episode, 3 simple life-changing habits. But first, let's put up our disclaimer. Disclaimer. Let's get this thing going here. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody is great. Let's put the disclaimer up. As you may know, the views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests on Ruveiled Podcast are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the platform hosting the podcast, i.e. YouTube, Rumble, or any affiliated individuals, organizations, or sponsors. You can go ahead and read the rest of that, pause it, whatever you got to do, because we are moving on. And speaking of sponsors, I would like to get into our sponsors really quick. I totally bombed the last episode and forgot to shout out sponsors. Yeah, I won't get into too much of that, but yeah, tumor.com, go check it out. I did actually just drop a new song called Silhouettes. It's super dope. But anywho, I do have t-shirts, I do have my music videos, access to our next sponsor, and then easy listening and quick links to all my music on all of the good platforms. And then this is the song right here, Silhouettes. Alright, today's episode, today's episode, 3 simple life-changing habits. If I could make a fourth one, the first one would be don't say and don't take big long pauses between the words that you're saying in your sentences and the points you're trying to get across. 3 life-changing habits. These are 3 life-changing habits that I started implementing into my life when I was young, or at least the first 2. The first 2 I realized when I was fairly young, and they're really important. The first one is non-GMO organic whole foods. So these 3 simple life-changing habits, these 3 habits can change your life, can make a shift in your life for the better. Hang on one second. Where did I just set that drink down? Right in front of my face. That's so funny. 3 life-changing habits. The first one is eating non-GMO, organic, whole foods. Now, the reason why I put this one as number 1 is because health is wealth, right? That's what they say. So it's got to be priority. Your health always comes first. That's what they say. So non-GMO, organic, whole foods is the way to go. Non-processed, not filled with crap. You don't want to be eating food that's processed, meat constantly, because what this stuff does is it creates inflammation in the body, which can lead to all kinds of diseases. Organic, non-GMO whole foods is the way to go. It's gonna change your life, because you're gonna notice a big difference in your energy. You're gonna notice a big difference in the way that you feel day to day. Just waking up and going to bed, you'll notice differences. You'll notice difference in basically your stamina and your charisma. You'll notice yourself feeling like you have more long-lasting energy throughout the day. You're also gonna feel less. You're gonna feel less sluggish. You're gonna feel less brain fog. That's another thing about all of this processed food and all the junk that is being fed to us, is it's all so full of. It's made with chemicals and this ingredient and that ingredient for preservatives and color and this, that, and the third, to make costs more effective, etc., etc. Now, the reason why all of this stuff is not good for us, all of the processed stuff, all of the GMO, all of the fake food, all of the stuff that is basically not whole foods, not organic, it's processed meat and cheese and breads and all this stuff. And the reason why it's so bad is like what I was just saying. It's going to create, you're allowing non-natural substances into the body, and it's hard on the body. It's hard for the body to process. So with that, that's what is creating the inflammation and creating the disease. And I can't get too in depth on all of the diseases, but organic whole foods is a big first step in making a positive, life-changing shift, making it a habit to switch up your diet. Put down the snacks all day. We shouldn't be snacking all day. If you're snacking, you could be doing more healthy stuff. There's all kinds of alternatives, from healthy alternatives of your favorite snacks to just different kinds of snacks like nuts and oats and, fruits and vegetables. That's the stuff you really want to be snacking on throughout the day. That's the stuff you really want to be eating throughout the day. Especially like vegetables, especially in like the first part of your day. Fruits in the evening, doing fruits and vegetables during the day and during the evening in general is just going to help you with your energy. It's going to help you with your metabolism. So yeah, very good first point. Non-organic GMO whole foods. Processed food is just crap for you. Quit eating that crap. If you only knew how they made some of the stuff that is on the shelves that we buy and consume and put into ourselves regularly from the time that we're kids, you would be mind blown. You would be absolutely mind blown to know the chemicals in the stuff that you're consuming and what it really is, where it all comes from, how it's put together to make these products that we're consuming every day. So stay away from the corporate giant machine that just wants to take your money and make you sick. Try to avoid it as much as possible and try just getting organic whole foods. It's harder and harder and harder as the time goes by. It seems like they're spraying more stuff on the food. They're, making it more expensive, making it more limited. And it's just in certain places. Other places you might not have that struggle, but I'm up in Wyoming in the Rocky Mountains, in the desert Rocky Mountains. So it's hard. It's hard getting food up here sometimes. As far as fresh fruit and vegetables go, I can't tell you how many times there's certain places where you won't have as bad as luck sometimes, but there's one store here in particular where it seems like just about every time I go in there to get blackberries, sometimes I'll have luck with some of the other vegetables and some of the other fruits, but some of the vegetables and some of the fruits, they're just moldy. It's just moldy by the time you get there. It's like, as the years have gone by, I feel like that whole, in this specific store in my town, this whole fruits and vegetable section in that little corner of the store, it just doesn't smell good. Doesn't smell good, like that mold is spreading around, and yeah. Stores are weird. Supermarkets are weird. Screw supermarkets. Go to, your farmer's market. Figure out ways that you can get your fresh organic fruit and vegetables and get on that. Drink natural spring water too. That's a very good last point of that, is cut out the soda, cut out all the energy drink crap that's destroying your brain cells. You don't need it. If you're going to drink something for some energy, let it be some matcha, let it be some coffee, let it be some fruit juice. Get some better energy for you, some more natural type energy for you than just drinking, bull crap energy drinks. This is a really cool little drink right here that I like to drink. As you may know, all my stuff is never sponsored right now, but this is I believe it's called Poppin' Bottle Mocha Cold Brew Oat Milk Latte with adaptogens. So it has like some functional mushrooms in it. Or no, this one doesn't have functional mushrooms. This one is ashwagandha and maca. So yeah, I guess, yeah. Dairy-free, no sugar, adaptogens, clean caffeine. I don't know. Am I getting scammed? Am I getting ripped off? Am I paying too much? Probably. So anywho, let's try to cover this next couple steps. 3 simple life-changing habits. If you haven't already, make sure you share this video if you want to share these 3 life-changing habits with somebody that may need them. And if you feel like it, drop a subscribe and click the notification. Hit that button. We would love to see you guys around more. We would love to see your comments. We would love to know what you guys are thinking of the episodes, what you guys are thinking of the stuff that I'm talking about, and if you guys have suggestions for content that you want to see in the future, questions that you may have, stories you want me to cover, whatever, It's good stuff. It's a lot of fun, and we're here for you. So leave them comments, leave a like, subscribe. Let's get into the second habit of the 3 life-changing habits. 3 habits that will change your life. The first one, non-GMO, non-genetically modified, organic whole foods. That's number 1. First habit that'll change your life. Get that stuff in your life and you'll start noticing a big dramatic change. Number 2, second habit that can change your life of the 3 life-changing habits. Number 2 is read, write, and study. Now, this one might get some laughs. It might get some people like, yeah, okay. But it's very real. Read, write, and study. You should always be reading. And if you can't read, listen to some audiobooks. There's Audible and YouTube, and you just do a quick search, this book, audiobook free, or you go online and you search this book title free online PDF. Stuff like that will get you into some books if you are lacking the resources to get books. So there's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Find some books. And not just books too, books are great. But what's really important about reading is that you're not just reading gossip, you're not just reading drama, you're not just reading news stories and articles and stuff of that nature. I feel like once you start to delve into books and delve into, sometimes it's not just books. Sometimes you can find websites out there that have great knowledge and information on them as well, great videos and stuff. But I guess the whole point is, because it's read, write, and study, you want to be studying ultimately. So reading, you want to be reading knowledge, you want to be reading information that is good for your brain, good for your growth, that you feel like you're getting something positive out of it that you can take with you and run with. Sometimes, reading certain books, they have certain stories that if you read between the lines, it kind of tells a deeper message. So sometimes it's not just about reading books about knowledge and information about subjects and topics and things like that. Sometimes it's cool to read books that have nothing to do, they're totally fictional. It'll be a fictional book, but there's good knowledge and information in the book, and sort of like secret messages, ways that you can read between the lines to get messages and information out of a book that on the surface level it might not necessarily be what the book is about. Sort of like how what was the example I was just thinking of? A good example would be like The Matrix. The Matrix is totally fictional, but there's a lot of truth within The Matrix. You could do the same thing with books. You can find truth in books that aren't necessarily scripture or, some book from the 19 or the 1800s or whatever, what have you. Reading is great. Reading is great for your brain. It's great for your mind. It'll slow down your brain waves. People that struggle with anxiety, people that struggle with TikTok brain, quote unquote, who can't focus, ADHD. If you can get into a book and you read a book, you reflect on it, you read it again, you reflect on it, you take your time with it. Something about getting into books and reading can help slow your brain waves down and get a hold of them, sort of, if that makes sense. As to where your thoughts can just race. Reading can kind of help you slow down your thoughts and analyze a little bit. So reading's great. Writing is good because it's how we communicate with each other every single day, right? We just don't write it anymore, we type it. So writing is good because it's like a reflection of you. It's like a reflection of your spirit. It's a reflection of what you learn. It's a reflection of you, like I just said. So writing is great because you can see your handwriting and analyze it and appreciate it, and if it's sloppy, you can work on being neater with it if you choose to. But writing is good for your brain. Writing is good for your brain. And the reason why writing is good for your brain is because, especially if you're like getting your thoughts out, writing your thoughts out can be very beneficial because it forces us to slow down a little bit as well, just like with reading. Typing, we have word suggestion, and you're able to go back and delete, and fix this spot here and fix that spot there, and it kind of scatters you out. But when you're writing, it's a little more linear, So it's just a good wavelength for your brain. Slows your brain wavelengths down again. Helps you keep them under control and maintain them. Keeps you calm. Writing is good because it is the physical expression of what's coming from your mind. And ultimately, it can help you remember things. It can help you with keeping track of things. There's all kinds of tools. You can type and print and this, that, and the third. But writing is really good because it's something about the physical connection to whatever it is you're writing. It just writing keeps us more connected. Writing keeps us more connected. So read, write, and study. All of this is number 2 of the 3 simple life-changing habits. So read, write, and study. You don't just want to be reading and just writing for nothing. Maybe you do. Maybe that's your thing. But it's not my thing. And it's not a general thing for the most part. Reading and writing should not just be a surface level function that we utilize in life to communicate just to get by in the 3D realm. Reading and writing is important in studying. Studying is very good for you. Studying is great, and the reason why studying is great is because it can put you into a space where you can learn and grow, and something about being in that space to be able to learn and grow is very beneficial. Something about it is very beneficial. The benefit is in what I just said. The benefit of studying is learning and growth. The opportunity to see more and have a more rich experience of life. I like to study because when I'm studying, and I don't mean like I just sit down and bust out a subject and hang out with it for a little bit and then move on. I study books for years. I study topics for years and months and days and days and days and days and weeks, Studying is a long-form process. It's a coming back to reflecting, understanding, and then getting more knowledge and doing it all over again, expanding your understanding, expanding your wealth of information. And studying is a great thing because it can level you up. It can level you up in life. It really can. Studying can bring you to a new level of understanding that you may not have previously been at or have been able to get to through normal means of going about daily life, i.e. social media, going to school. That's another thing too. Studying in school and studying on your own, totally different. Totally different, because when you study in school, most of the times, and in American society, anywho, when you're studying for a subject, unless it's something that you're majoring in or that you're like going to be a field that you're going to be getting into, if you are studying, chances are you're going hard, learning about a subject so that you can perform testing, which inevitably, after you're done testing and you're finished with school, you're not really that all that studying was for nothing except for that, just to get through it, and that sucks. So studying on your own for your own benefit, for your own knowledge, for your own understanding, for your own life, for your own well-being and prosperity. When you're studying for those reasons, your experience of studying becomes a lot more deeper, becomes a lot more full, it becomes a lot more valuable to the self and to everybody else around you, because you're taking it to heart and it's affecting your life, and you're holding that energy, you're taking it with you, and you utilizing it to try to make the world a better place and to make yourself better. And it's not just this thing that you're doing to get a grade or to get a number so that you can pass by, you know. Reading, writing, and studying. Second habit of the 3 simple life-changing habits. Read, write, and study. You will not regret it. You will not regret reading and writing and studying. The only thing that you could possibly get out of reading, writing, and studying that is bad is that you did something, you studied something that you didn't want, or you spent a bunch of time reading something that you felt like you didn't really care about, or you wrote a bunch of stuff that didn't matter to you for somebody else. Like, those are the only downfalls of that stuff that I could see. But other than that, these 3 things inside collectively as one these 3 things collectively as one can really benefit one's life, really add value to somebody's life, really make a positive influence. That value from reading, writing, and studying can take you really far. So let's move on. Number 3. This one, I wanted to talk about things that I myself have even sort of demonized in the past. And the more I grow, the more I read, write, and study, the more I see these things and want to understand them even more. And it's really something that affects all of us daily. So number 3 of the 3 simple life-changing habits is use money, use social media, use AI for change, and not to be deceived. So what do I mean by that? Use money, social media, and AI for change, not to be deceived. And the reason why I put this as number 3 is because I've demonized money, I've demonized social media, I've demonized AI like they're bad things, like they're here to take over the world. Like they're here to enslave us. And I've come to the realization that they are tools that can be used to enslave us. They can be used to engineer experiences of reality for people. And it cannot be a good thing. But it can also, they're just tools. That's all they are. They're not these things that are manifested by evil spirits to just demonize, to be demonized and to stray away from. I mean, maybe, but not really. I mean, money has been a tool that's been used forever, since like the beginning of civil society, and it's not even just money, you know, it's not even, it's currency, it's trade, it's value for value, you know. So money, social media, and AI for change, and not to be deceived, because money can be used to deceive people. Social media can be used to deceive people. Media in general can be used to deceive people. AI, there's a lot of controversy around AI and its powers and its capability. And yeah, I definitely feel like it's 10 times more powerful than we realize. There's a lot more to it that we don't know about, that information that hasn't been released to us. The people that do own the sourcing for AI, and the people who made it, a lot of them know that what's out and available to the public is just a smidge of its potential, and it's programmed by certain people to have its limits. And there's all kinds of controversy, Think about the technology now, like the projection, holographic technology, the 3D environment technology that all kinds of people are utilizing now. I mean, you see it in New York, you see it in there's different instances of it. I won't get too in depth on those specific details because I want to move on, but don't let these things deceive you. Don't let these things deceive you. Shortly put, just if I could sum it up right now, number 3 of the 3 simple life-changing habits is use money, social media, and AI for change, and not to be deceived. And basically, again, these things can be used for good or for evil. But what's important is that we learn more about them. Learn more about money, social media, and AI. Learn about its origins, and learn about how you can use these tools to benefit your own life, to improve the world around you, and not fall under wings of people that are going to use these tools to deceive you, limit your experience of reality, limit your growth, and keep you in a certain place where you're under control and you're not free by any means. Don't be deceived. Learn about these things, learn about these tools, because that's what they are, and see how you can implement change in your life with them. So that's the episode, you guys. 3 simple life-changing habits. In summary, 3 simple life-changing habits. Number 1, non-GMO, whole, organic foods. And then bonus points if you throw exercise in there with that. Health is wealth. Getting on top of your health should be number 1 priority. Your health should come before everything. It should come before work. It should come before your friends, your family, your business, all of that. Health is wealth. Health is number 1. If you do not have your health, it's all for nothing. You won't enjoy life. Number 2, read, write, and study. You will not regret reading, writing, and studying. It will only expand you. It will only improve your life and make you more knowledgeable, more respected, because you have more knowledge, more information. It will give you the ability to communicate better in life and see life more vividly with more detail. So read, write, and study. What was I going to say about that? I'll come back to it if I think of it. And then number 3, use money, social media, and AI and tools of this nature for change, to positively impact your life, to positively benefit your life. And don't be deceived by these tools. Use these tools, learn about them, see how they could benefit you, and don't be deceived by them. Don't let yourself be deceived by other people who are using these tools. Once you see what these tools really are and how they work, it's going to be you're going to be able to make a choice, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to see the purpose of these things and not fall into situations where you can be deceived by other people who are using them. So, use money, social media, and AI for change, not to be deceived. So, again, real quick. Number 1, non-organic, whole GMO foods. Number 2, read, write, and study. Number 3, use money, social media, and AI for change, and not to be deceived. So, number 1, with the organic whole foods and non-GMO foods, you also want to put exercise in there, And then number 2, reading, writing, and studying. I also want to throw posture in there. That's what I was going to say. And the reason why I want to throw posture in there is when you learn about mudras and when you learn about posture. You realize that if you're slumped over in a slump position and you try reading something, yeah, of course you're going to get all tired and start falling asleep. So posture is very important. If you maintain the right posture while you're reading and while you're studying and while you're learning, you're more susceptible to opening your awareness to a broader level so that you can absorb the information and experience it. So, yes, use social media, money, AI for change. There's all kinds of people out there who are providing all kinds of gems and dropping all kinds of knowledge. So go figure it out, guys. Don't be deceived. 4, bonus habit. Number 4 of the 3 simple life-changing habits is be free. Be the main character. Be number 1 in your life. You are the king. You are the queen. You know, this is it. Why be deceived? Why settle for mediocrity? And if you're gonna, why settle for bottom of the food chain even? You could even settle for a little bit of mediocrity. Maybe we'll call it humbleness, not mediocrity. We'll call it humbleness, right? Simple living. You could be humble. You could live simply and still be rich and still be free, still be the main character in your life. I feel like a lot of people end up falling into despair. They end up falling into not knowing what's the point. They end up falling into feeling nothing every day and just floating around, working, not really getting anything good out of it. And that's because we're not being the main character. We're just letting life grab us and pull us around and, oh, we need money. We got to do this. We got to go do this job. Oh, I only have so much money. I'm going to eat a certain way because it's cheap and it's all I can afford. Oh, I don't have time to read and write and study. I don't have time to learn about social media. I'm just going to waste my time on it. I don't have time to learn about AI or how to use it to make money or to benefit my life, but I'm going to, let the people who do make it streamline life and make things easier for me. I mean, that's not main character vibes, yo. That's not main character vibes. You got to be the main character. You got to step it up and level up a little bit in your life because it's good for you and it's your right to. You should feel good about it. So that's the episode, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm very grateful for all of you. Thank you to everybody who's been watching. I want to thank God and thank the universe. Really thank God for the chance to be here and for the chance to be sharing my wealth of knowledge and information with you guys. It really means everything to me. We'll do a quick shout out again of our sponsors. Shout out tumor.com. Go get you some merch. Go check out some music videos. All my streaming is here. I actually just dropped a new song called Silhouettes. So go check that out. It's available everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all that jazz. Go check out Sub Rock Records. We have some amazing music from all of our other artists on here. Myself, Gentry Fox, Burnell Washburn, Chani the God. And me and Gentry and Chani come together as Sub Rock Cartel on a few tracks. So go check that out. It's the Ruveiled podcast, you guys. We're everywhere. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on Rumble, TikTok, X. It's not going to always be easy at first, you guys. You got to make a start. Do what you love. You know, it's not always going to be easy. You got to stay consistent. And one day you'll make something and everybody's going to see it and it can change your life. So stay true, you guys. Be good. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful day. We will see you. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Gotta bring it to the beginning so we can hear the Ruveiled podcast.
The Ruveiled podcast.
I made this intro beat myself. If you need beats, hit me up. Alright, guys. It's the Ruveiled podcast. It's your boy Steven. Get out there and create. Go conquer. You know what it is. Much love, everybody. Peace.